Welcome to Season 3 of Resetting Your Compass. This season we're going to be getting ready for the John Groats to Land's End Challenge, which is happening in mid-April. That's only about 14 weeks away. So we're going to go into a lot more detail of what's happening daily, exactly how it's all going, how we get the charities on board, how we get free kit, all this sort of stuff. I'm literally going to be going through this daily, but putting up a weekly podcast, a weekly video, not podcast. And that will come out on a Sunday evening, every Sunday evening, and I'm going to try and schedule that for 8 o'clock on every Sunday evening, so it's a regular thing as well. Hope you're enjoying this, folks. So let's crack on with Season 3. So day one of Season 3. We've been out for a 6-mile tyre walk today. Got a day early actually. It's meant to happen tomorrow, but things transpired that I quite fancy going out the day before. So we've managed to crack on and get a 6-mile tyre run done today. And to be honest, only 6 miles, just get the muscles working again, because over Christmas I had a bit of a rest for a couple of weeks, did a little less exercise. But now, as we see it, we've got 14 weeks to go, so we're straight back on it. Well, day 2, we've had a spontaneous walk up Clee Hill in Shropshire. The reason for the spontaneity is because obviously I did the tyre pull yesterday, so managed to get out there with my wife today, and we did a lovely 5-mile walk. As you can see, that is the Shropshire countryside. It's absolutely gorgeous up there, and if you ever get the chance, have a wander up Clee Hill. Tomorrow we'll be going to be doing an 8-mile tyre pull tomorrow, so let's see how that one goes. Day 3. Well, we're about 5 miles into a 8-mile tyre walk. We've got another 3 miles to go. We've done a lot of other things as well in the last couple of days. We've contacted the charity, by the way. It looks like we have a charity on board. This is awesome news. We're just doing the final details, and fingers crossed we can have this released not the end of this week, but end of next week. So that's absolutely awesome news. Second to that, we've got all the logos from the charity, got all that sorted out. So that's really coming together quite nicely. We've increased our media list. We're starting to stick influence on there now, not just the BBC and ITV and everybody else. We're getting influencers on there as well. So that list is coming together nicely. And also we've got a list for our sponsors. I sent out lots and lots of emails and tweets last night to tyre companies, oddly enough, because I'm pulling a tyre from John Groats to Land's End. I'm going to approach a lot of those guys to see if we can get some sponsorship out of them as well. A lot's been happening. Anyway, I've got 3 miles to go, so I better crack on. Morning, folks. Well, we're just getting ready to go out. This is a Friday, and we got an 18.5-hour tyre pull today. It's the longest one we've ever done. It's going to be quite interesting. We're going to be doing the hourly stops for the food and drink, as we've done. We've also got a new rucksack. So here's a large rucksack, folks. It's the one I take up Everest. It's quite a decent size, to be honest with you. It just means I can fit more equipment in there, which I'm going to need for the John Groats Land's End. And also I've got the bag today. I'm not going to actually take it today, but I've got it set up. This is the Jagged Globe bag that I'll be going on top of the tyre when I'm dragging from Land's End to John Groats. So it's just about got light enough now, which is really good news. So we're going to crack on. It is 8:17 on the old clock. Yep, 8:17. So yeah, it's probably going to take about 5.5, 6 hours today. It's going to be a long old day. So yeah, let's crack on and get this done. Well, we're halfway, folks. 9.3 miles done. Feeling pretty good, to be honest with you. I think the rest over Christmas did me good, and much stronger now as well. I've got to be honest, it's feeling pretty good. So let's see what happens at the end of this. But yeah, update you shortly. Time is, there you go. Can you see that on the old watch? About 11:15. So we're bang on 3 miles now with all the stops, sandwich and stuff. So every hour I stop for a quarter of a sandwich and a third of a litre of liquid as well. So hopefully that'll get me through. I'm just sort of practicing with this a little bit just to see what is the best. I think I'll probably need to take a little bit more liquid on board, but only the next few weeks will tell. Anyway, I'll update you at the end, see how we got on, and catch you then. Okay, folks, 18.6 miles done, which is really good news for the first week of January. Bang on track for the Land's End, John Groats Land's End. What time is it now? Can you see that? 208, so that's above 3 miles an hour, which is really good news. It's exactly where I want to be. 3 to 3.5 miles an hour is exactly what I want to do. So that's really, really good news. Really happy with today's training, to be honest with you. Feel pretty good. Felt pretty strong in the middle of it, about 13, 14 miles. Really, really strong. So yeah, I think training wise, pretty good. The rest of the week's been very, very good as well, which I'll explain in a second. So we did have a lot of stuff to do this week. We managed to get the charity sorted. That's awesome news. We managed to get the terms and conditions sorted, which is absolutely brilliant. So that's the contract sorted. We're now just in a position where we've started to put the first draft of the GoFundMe page together. So that will be going live a week on Sunday, which is awesome news. As you know, it's been quite a challenge to get charity on board. On top of that, we've increased our YouTube users by a considerable sum, and also our Twitter followers. Obviously, this is for the exposure for the event, not just for John Groats Land's End, but for the South Pole as well. So it's been going really well. We've got a list of potential sponsors. We've got a list together for that, and we've sent lots off as well. And the really good news there is we have a meeting, Zoom meeting on the 15th of January with one of them. So fingers crossed we can get ourselves a commercial sponsor on board as well. What else have we been doing? We've increased the media list as well to include more influencers, which is really good news. And we've actually had two podcast people approach me. One wants an interview, and the other one's going to help me get the story out there a bit more. So that's awesome news as well. We've sorted the kit list for John Groats Land's End. Highlighted the ones I still need to get, which means next week I'll be starting to write to try and get some of the kit. I haven't got much to get, to be honest. Tents, things like that. I've got to get sorted out as well. And obviously the training, we've been doing the ski training. We've just done lots and lots of tyre pulling, culminating in the 18.5, which is really good news. Next week, by the way, we culminate with a 20.5 mile. And obviously we've been doing the dancing, and I managed to get a game of golf in as well. So it's been an absolute awesome week. 2023 has kicked off really, really well. And the great news is we've also had a chat to the people out in Norway, which I'm doing some training with, and fingers crossed we've got the dates sorted for that as well. So it's been a really busy week. Got a really busy week next week. It's been absolutely awesome. Hope you're enjoying these, guys. If you're enjoying it, as I say, subscribe, and yeah, let's see what week 2 holds. Thank you very much for watching.